We're actually in someone's living room right now. Look at this. The roof has been ripped from the home. They're shocked, to say the least, that something like this happened right here in their neighborhood. But first, we want to show you this suspect, 24-year-old Gabriel Jones. Another factor making this fire especially hard to put out is the wind. This thick black smoke here keeps changing direction. They're actually giving me a little bit of power. I get to turn on the horn by flipping this switch right here. Wait for it, wait for it. I received a copy of the letter to Hearn ISD from a source not affiliated with the Texas Education Agency. Objects about the size of this bag, such as pets or children, can actually be hard to see. Right here you can see the bag, but if it's too low or too far to one side, it's out of your vision. Tomorrow, the Texas A&M University Board of Regents will meet to review rules for campus carry and could ultimately pass the rules for each campus. Ironically, this is one of the homes I was at last week with the National Weather Service. It looks like a high-speed chase. The calls coming in describing a female driver out of control.
We had a reckless driver driving on the wrong side of the roadway, hitting mailboxes and driving erratic.
When Sergeant Clem pulls up next to the woman, he realizes that she's not a criminal. She actually needs help.
She was diaphoretic and she appeared to have a medical situation because she wasn't paying attention to any of the signals we were giving her to stop.
As it turns out, the woman is diabetic, and Sergeant Clem realizes that she's quickly approaching traffic that came to a stop. He then pulls around her to get ahead.
I just placed my vehicle behind the others to take the impact.
The moment of impact caught on cam. Now, when the woman's car crashed into Sergeant Clem's vehicle, the impact was so great that the bumper is crushed in, and the trunk no longer even closes. But thankfully, everyone was okay.
When we got out of the car, she was still incoherent state. We busted one of the rear windows out to unlock the car.
Paramedics arrived and the woman was stabilized. Afterwards, Sergeant Clem was taken to the hospital for neck pain. But those close to him say he's a hero.
He is a war veteran, he is a police veteran, and he is a veteran of Washington County, and he cares about the people he serves.
We caught up with Sergeant Clem's wife, and she says his actions don't surprise her one bit.
He puts his life on the line every single day, and he doesn't think twice about it. This is what he loves to do, and you know, you just have to be okay with that.
I did what I think anybody else would have done that had the opportunity to do what I did that day.
In Brenham, Ian Smith, KAGS, HD News. As the afternoon sun beats down, the skies are a far cry from yesterday, when a tornado with winds possibly howling more than 100 miles per hour tore through.
Circulation spun up, I would say, probably from the ground up very quickly.
Dan Riley with the National Weather Service says the tornado appears to have been on the ground for up to 7 minutes, carving a path around 50 yards wide and more than a mile long. His job is to determine the storm's power.
You look at the differences in the structures around to kind of get the complete picture on how strong the winds were.
So as the National Weather Service team walks through the neighborhood looking at damage, they're looking at damage indicators. We're actually in someone's living room right now. Look at this. The roof has been ripped from the home. This is a damage indicator the team can use to help determine how fast the winds were in this tornado.
The maximum strength we think was what we call EF1 on the Enhanced Fujita scale. Wind speeds around 100 miles per hour, we think, based on the damage we've seen.
Riley says his report isn't finalized, but the damage could even be rated EF2 after further review.
This was really the worst damage we saw all day.
Other indicators include damage to trees and even projectiles, like this piece of plastic wedged in a tree and this board lodged into the ground.
This is the type of debris you really need to be concerned about and why you need to be inside when there's a tornado.
From here, Riley will take his findings back to Houston, where his team will look through the data before giving the tornado a final rating. In Bryan, Ian Smith, KAGS News. Before dawn, the sound of a truck can be heard. A Bluebell truck, as a matter of fact. Its first delivery right here in its hometown. It's just after 4 a.m. and the crews are unloading the ice cream, making their way through the store.
We are very excited at HEB to have this Texas favorite product back on the shelves.
What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? We have homemade vanilla from Bluebell. It is here, and the workers are stocking it in these shelves, and it will be on sale in just a few minutes. Everyone is excited. Here in the frozen food section, Bluebell lovers show up bright and early, scooping up what they can.
Every single one that's available right now.
We get 4. We always got 4, and that would last us about a year because I would ration it out like 2 scoops at a time.
This is why I'm not surprised that you showed up here at 6 o'clock in the morning.
There's nothing like it, man. I'm telling you. I mean, I've tried everything. I've tried the other brands. The taste, the richness, the fullness, it's just not there.
And some are just here to get caught up in the hysteria, watching what they call history unfold.
I'm just thinking, what fun. God bless Bluebell and God bless Texas.
You're not going to go home and eat this right now, are you?
No, I have to be at work by 8, so about 8.
Oh, so 8 o'clock's when you're going to eat it?
Well, we're having it for breakfast.
A cold treat that warms the hearts of many.
I think it's fun to think about it going on in every big store in the state. Yeah, Texas hadn't had any ice cream for how long now?
Now that it's back, we have to ask, what's your flavor?
Definitely the Dutch chocolate. Yes, I'm a chocolate kind of girl.
Cookies and cream here, gotta be some homemade vanilla and Dutch chocolate.
The crowds are here and the ice cream is vanishing. I think it's safe to say that Bluebell is back. In Brenham, Ian Smith, KAGS HD News.